Hey guys, ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact main story. Last time we did the main story, or the Archon quest actually, for Dainsleif. And I was surprised in some aspects, but also I kind of got pissed off. Low-key. It's a good quest. I liked it. I love the lore bombs, but man, I was caught up by how short it was, and I'll leave that there for now. This time, we're going to be doing Clorinde's character story quest, which is Silent Night. And seriously, why does her quest have like the most badass name? Silent Night, and then her first quest is Judgment Day. Yes, I want to go to focus experience mode because I don't want no one to interrupt me. Thank God for whoever's give us this mechanic. But yeah, we're going to be doing Clorinde's quest, and I think I made no secret, I like Clorinde a lot. I love the design the moment I saw her. Her character role, yeah, she didn't have a big role, but ended up liking her, and I ended up liking her character role anyways. And so far, the character story quest has been pretty fire. I think Arlecchino's was like the best I've seen. So I'm kind of curious to see what they could do for Clorinde. And it seems like...
Do you also see Navia and Clorinde over there? They look like they might have run into some kind of trouble. Let's go check out what's going on.
Maybe we should interrupt them. They could be on the date. Okay, I'll shut up now. But yeah, no, I made no secret. I love Clorinde, and yeah. The Fontaine cast overall is great, but Clorinde in particular is a character I actually really do like, just design wise. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with her character story quest. Hope to God, it's good. I have faith though. Maybe.
Still no dice?
Navia, you good, girl?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off too, so I don't want to bother them
Look at the
either.
besties hanging out.
This is getting pretty difficult.
You guys are doing the
What's up?
exact same poses.
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
I'm doing good.
Huh. Navia?
Why?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Why?
Yep, this is our chance.
Why? We were just passing through.
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Whoa, for real?
Okay.
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
Tell me about it.
Traveler, Paimon,
Okay.
would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
Huh?
Marechaussee what now?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Oh my god, it's D&D.
Ever heard of the Tabletop Troupe? They put out games that allow you to participate in a story and roleplay characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
By the way, like, I recognize some of these dialogue because, again, they're from the trailers. The moment I knew that, like, the moment I heard Navia mention, like, Marechaussee Hunter's Judgment, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be for the Clorinde quest. And literally the first comment I've made was, this is just Dungeons and Dragons.
That
I'm
sounds
just
super
saying, this just
interesting.
sounds like Dungeons and Dragons.
Clorinde and I are both veteran
D&D for
members of
short.
the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them. And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on, a brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
It hasn't been
Generally
playtested
speaking,
yet.
Scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues.
I was just gonna
But I
say,
think this
like,
one is pretty solid.
usually
The
not
author
playtested scripts are
obviously put a lot of work into the story, and
Usually.
the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Calling all of you out.
Anyway, the script calls for a team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final player right now.
Can we count us 2? Me and Paimon? Also, yeah, you see what Navia said? That's calling out to you all Genshin players who does not want to shut up after playing the Arc Quest on day 1. Stop spoiling for people.
So,
Oh, shit, my bad.
You're saying you'll help us out? I knew I could count on you, partner.
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal. Is that okay?
Oh, really now?
That's not a problem. I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Oh, we're package deal now,
Traveler,
Paimon?
what do you think? Wanna play? Paimon will follow your lead.
I always have a friend in need.
Well, that solves our problem. You have our thanks.
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script.
Live
In this
action.
iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed
Oh,
the
so it's
current list of
constantly
objectives.
developing.
On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's
Oh.
sets and scenes in real life.
That's
We'll
not
only know where
tabletop
we should
gaming.
go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did.
That's
put
just
in a
live
lot
action
of work.
roleplay. That's not tabletop roleplay.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't...
Now,
rush.
how is Furina
You
gonna
say
get
that
wrapped
like
up
I'm
in
6
this?
years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Oh, so she's a druid. Man, now I'm thinking of, okay, what type of character would everyone play, would a Genshin character play whenever they do D&D? So what you're telling me is now it will become a druid. Okay. Oh, Furina and Lyney?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Lyney, Furina! Paimon didn't know you were playing too. Are you also members of the
Oh, wait,
tabletop?
so Lyney is involved in this, but then Lennon and Family are like, no? Okay. Hey, you two.
I'm more of a casual member, if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette,
Yeah,
Fontaine, I play
Lyney would be a
something
good
similar at the Hotel
GM.
Beauté sometimes,
be.
but I'm usually the GM. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm not a member of the club at all. Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was
Aw.
a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
I think I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then
I'm
I'll
just glad
join.
that Furina is starting to
Do
get
you
out more.
participate in a lot of tabletop troop activities, Clorinde?
That's
You
good to
could
know.
say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
Right. I knew
Clorinde,
about that even when
Games
she was
Master?
still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
So, if we have any problem with the rules, do we have to submit a duel request to you?
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players.
Uh-huh,
I
sure.
maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
Uh-oh.
No.
Don't
that's
piss her
not
off.
what I meant.
Yeah, don't piss off the champion duelist, Furina.
I'm back! Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
That name sounds
Pleasure to
familiar.
meet you all.
Is he a duelist too?
Are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marechaussee Hunters. You all play the
Okay.
role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a
You know, I
series
always
of
thought
events
Clorinde was a
unfolding in the
Marechaussee
capital.
Hunter, but she's not.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marechaussee Hunters.
She's just a
Is
champion
there a
duelist.
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marechaussee Hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter,
Cassiador, yeah.
But I'll leave the finer details for you to see.
We did get a lot of Remurian lore last update too.
And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set
So
out on
Clorine's
an
playing
unknown
all.
adventure?
So Clorine's a homebrew character. Okay.
Whoa, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already.
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Sounds good. Hunter Squad, move out!
Hunter Squad. Furina's just clapping, that's funny. So is the majority of this quest gonna be in the domain or something? You really gonna make us, bro? Okay. You really have to put us all the way here and then make us go all the way over there. That's been an awkward walk, but whatever. But yeah, I actually thought Clorinde was a Marechaussee Hunter. Apparently she's not. I mean, I guess it's her swordsmanship thing that kind of reflects that, but even though she's not exactly one, you know? She's just a champion duelist, which, yeah. They have a whole venue and everything here.
Whoa, they really have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
The Fatometer. What's that?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
You don't use dice?
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
I'm on share.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marechaussee Hunter, Paimon.
Tell me about it.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First, please pick up the blank character cards in front of you, and write down your name and profession.
I'm sorry, like, I can't go with the
You
fact
can
it's
find an
just Dungeons and
abbreviated version of
Dragons.
the rules printed on the back of your character card. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. In this story, everyone is a Marechaussee Hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
Ooh, nice.
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all of this? Paimon's not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
I'll be in combat mode, and you can do everything else.
Why don't you share a character card then? The Traveler will be the Marechaussee Hunter, and you can be his little floating assistant.
Huh. Kinda like in real life.
Yeah.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep. It can be any name you like.
Oh
You
god.
can use your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
Navia, that's a big mood.
Still, it would be like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself. That's not a bad idea.
It really is not, but
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Lyney then.
wow, lazy.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
I'll take persuasion and investigation.
Oh, these are literally
Those
just
are
D&D
must-haves when
skills.
it
I'm
comes to
sorry.
missions like these.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia. Just as expected of a veteran player.
So, should we also take those skills then?
Well, no, not really.
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave
Yeah.
the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills. For example, I think I'll take stealth
Of
and
course he
sleight
takes sleight of hand. Of
That will
course
give
he
us more
takes sleight of
options if we
hand.
run into any situations we can't negotiate our way out of.
So Lyney would be the thief archetype.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play.
Or rogue, my bad.
Let me see. I'll take arts and performance. I'm not quite
Honestly,
sure what
I don't
use
think
will be,
arts is actually a
but I'm
D&D
not as
skill,
knowledgeable
so
about the other
use
skills.
that. But I'm pretty sure performance is.
and, I am not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Insight.
Oh, something that'll help you get a read on other people's thoughts. Sounds useful.
I'm sorry, I would not pick any of these two, if I'll be honest. I would pick, like, perception or something like that. Because I want to pass my perception check. But, yeah, I'll go with medicine.
Ooh,
I could be a
so you want to
healer.
help people when they're injured. That's nice of you.
Even though I would never play a healing role.
So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two skills?
Also, for context, I don't do tabletop RPG much. I've attempted doing D&D like once or twice. I would never do I would never do a healing role if I ever did tabletop RPG. I'm sorry. I know why people would. I don't. That's
Let's
just
see.
me.
Oh, looks like you each have enough points to choose one final skill.
Give me
You all
perception.
pick such classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
Why do I get the feeling she's getting ready to cause trouble?
Oh no.
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound super mysterious
Clorine's like
and
Navia,
cool?
no.
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The description says, this skill can be used under certain
That's what Furina does in her kit.
to summon characters or
She summons like three like
world building.
she summons everyone's of her own.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But how are we supposed to know what a Marechaussee Hunter can summon?
Imagination.
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you, and the GM will take care of the rest.
Oh no. Clorine's like, please
Alright,
no.
you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn summon then. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of thing shows up.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin. Since 2 of our players are doing this for the first time, though, let me ask.
Also, yeah, that one scene up there, if that wasn't alone, if that wasn't enough to prove that Clorinde and Navia are clearly girlfriends, I don't know what will convince you.
Would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
Bruh.
What's the difference between the two?
One's easy, one's hard. Simple.
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the fatometer.
You guys don't use
For
dice?
example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A
Yup.
critical failure may even result in further negative
Natural
consequences.
one.
If you choose to play in authentic mode, every time you elect to use a skill,
Yeah.
you need to use the fatometer to
Oh,
see
no,
whether you
authentic,
succeed
100%.
or fail, and face any
I want to roll my
consequences that may
natural one.
follow.
Let's go.
If you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default,
What?
and you won't have to
That's
worry about
boring.
luck playing a factor.
Oh my god. This is okay, so it's basically just a D20 but cards instead. I'm sorry. This is just rolling a D20. And this is an actual gameplay mechanic. What the heck? Wow, I did not know this is an actual gameplay mechanic.
Given that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
That's fair then.
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of
How-
role-playing games. I'm going with authentic mode for sure.
How many freaking game terminologies are we getting in this one quest alone? We got way more game terminology in this one quest alone compared to every other quest combined. I thought these things would be coming in Star Rail. I'm sorry.
Never knowing what you might have to overcome.
I never thought I'd hear someone say
Doesn't that sound
RNG.
exciting?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
Yeah, don't push on Navia.
All right, then I'll mark down Furina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default. As usual, Navia and Lyney will play on authentic mode.
I'll just authentic.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Oh. Can your story actually change depending on which one you pick? I'm gonna pick authentic mode, obviously.
Are you sure?
Oh my god, I can. Oh, that's interesting. Yo, how different can story quests get depending on what you pick? I'm sure.
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG.
Navia, you haven't seen my pain, that is the Clorinde pulls, and my Genshin pulls, and my gacha pulls, and my artifact rules, and how bad my RNG. Anyway.
Honestly, I don't think Clorinde would make things too difficult for us no matter what the fatometer says. Isn't that right, Clorinde?
You two
No
girlfriends.
promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
Why not?
Well, that's because... a long time ago,
Oh my
back
god,
when
this
human
is funny.
civilization was still in its infancy. Powerful demons and evil sorcerers ruled
This is
over the
hilarious. I love this.
They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence. Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords
went
raised,
full on with the
they
artwork and
swore
everything,
to
too.
brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the
Game Master.
Marechaussee Hunters.
Oh my god. Hello?
Sometime later, as a
Hello?
member of the Marechaussee Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air.
Oh
of
no,
the
wait,
docks
this is just.
as you begin
This
to
is not just
survey your
Mondstadt.
surroundings. There aren't many
Basically
people
Mondstadt
in the
docks.
vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marechaussee Hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
This is funny to me.
You're all Marechaussee Hunters too, right?
Oh, that's
Allow
cute!
me to introduce myself. The name's Navia.
Okay, she's
Monster
calling her
hunter
own
by
name.
trade
Okay.
And helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side. What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the
Oh,
road.
this is cute. I like the artwork a lot.
Okay, count me in.
Yo, Lyney!
My
Hello?
name is Lyney. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marechaussee Hunter.
Yo,
and
this is
later
cool. I
chose
love the
to follow
artwork.
in his footsteps.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? It sounds like they've done this
It's okay, Furina, just. There we go.
My name is Furina.
Oh, she's going with her own name.
I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong
She's a
interest in
bard.
performance
Oh my
and the
god, this is
arts.
funny.
Even though I'm a
I love the
Marechaussee
artwork
Hunter,
a lot.
what I really want is to be a performing artiste.
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Furina. That's exactly how it's done.
There you go.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend.
Oh, even Paimon has her own little
Marechaussee
cloak.
Hunter
That's
right here.
cute.
I've been studying medicine
Hey,
since
yo!
I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
So I'm a doctor, okay, cool. Finally, Aether talks more?
Oh, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make
Oh,
sure
this
to
is
charge in front
cool.
to give everyone some cover. You can take
I've
care of
been
the
loving
healing
this
at the
quest, by
back.
the way. I'm loving this.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message
I
reads,
love this.
To the honorable and
Comment
trustworthy
just pops up.
Marechaussee Hunters, our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by
This looks like
forces of
Mondstadt though, but
wickedness.
okay.
We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home.
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar.
Yeah, no
It kinda reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
Yeah, no
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
Yeah, probably.
As experienced hunters, the layout of the city reminds you of places once traveled.
That's what that's
You recall
cool.
the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility
I
of
wonder if they've
days
been.
gone
I wonder if
by.
these three have been to
Yet,
Mondstadt
as
as
you
well.
regard the city in front of you,
I feel like
it appears
I
to
feel
be
like
little
Navia
more
could
than
be.
an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to the signatures at the bottom. Who issued this commission to us?
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the
This
residents
is really
of the
cool.
city
I
issued
can-
this commission together. They
I feel
sensed
like I'm
that things
fanboying
were
over this
not
so
right
hard, but I
within the
really
kingdom
cannot help it.
and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything from the local residents?
Oh, good idea. We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
I do like how Navia's like a sailor.
You look up and see a tavern nearby. It appears to be open for the day.
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
And we have full trials of Furina, Lyney, and Navia. Honestly, this is something I wish they've done, like before, where you have like a team of just fully trial characters that are relevant to the story. And they all have their own signatures as well. That's cool.
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, Clorin's
Lovely
gotta play the
weather we're
character.
having today, don't you
Clorin's gotta
think?
play all the other characters because she's the game master.
Oh, hello. I suppose you're
This
right.
is funny.
The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
Oh, come now, don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Huh?
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Now you're just getting too into her own character.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about
No,
some
Navia.
macarons? I
Navia.
could make you some.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying
Oh,
this,
do you
but
think if I
don't
chose
really
cooking as
look like a
profession,
chef.
this where I would come in?
Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
Oh, Clorinde.
Hey, did she just... me?
No, that's Clorinde. Navia.
Florian must have broke character for a second.
Yeah, of course she did.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
Marechaussee Hunter's good friend. That's funny. Oh, okay. So whenever I can do a check with one of my two skills, then this will pop up. So I'm assuming for the cooking thing, this check would have popped up for cooking. But because I have insight, I could use this. I'd like to do an insight check to see what's troubling her.
The results of insight checks aren't disclosed to the players, so I'll be the one consulting the phaetometer.
Alright. Come on, natural 20. Natural 20!
You recall all the lessons you've learned
Oh, I
in
can't see
your
the
time,
number?
and begin to carefully observe the woman's mannerisms. You notice that when she's quiet, she has an empty look in her eyes, as if her thoughts have drifted to a place far, far away. And when she speaks, she often subconsciously reaches out to touch the ring on her left hand.
Oh. Did something happen to your husband?
So you noticed. That's a little embarrassing. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure.
Furina
All
still
I
has
know
that
is
brow
that my
face.
husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
But you don't know where
Do
he
you know
is.
where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your side soon.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news. We don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things, like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power
I do like how
of
these
something
characters
as
they're playing
small
are
and
just extensions of
inconsequential as a
themselves.
delicious
This is funny.
dessert.
Oh, he's also pretty cute.
I'll do my best. You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further into the city.
Door of Resurrection activated. Is that part of the game too? Also, I love how the map is clearly Mondstadt, but it's like rounded out to like show it's a story. Again, these little touches they do here. I like
As you
that.
venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a
Oh, no.
disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.